Good morning. I want to talk a little bit about vitamin D while I put on my iRevive cooling masks. I took some of this vitamin D this morning. This is from Well Labs. It's D3K2. It's liquid form. I took 3 drops. So in the winter, we need more vitamin D, sort of. We don't really need more vitamin D. It's just that we get less of it. And I want to be clear. I did go on a little bit of a rant this summer about why I don't wear sunscreen, because that is blocking your vitamin D absorption. But you get vitamin D as a byproduct of being exposed to UVB light. So if you are not exposed to UVB light, then you will not synthesize vitamin D. That means that if you're getting sunlight through a window or through sunscreen, you're not getting the ability to synthesize vitamin D, because vitamin D is, oh, that was a bad application. Vitamin D is a biomarker of your exposure to UVB. So what that means is that on a day like today, when I already went outside and did my grounding, but it's raining, and per my husband, who is our in-house weatherman, it's going to rain all day, I'm going to take vitamin D. Normally, you can still get sunlight on rainy, cloudy days, but if we're not going to be spending as much time outside, then I'll be taking vitamin D. Now, sometimes I don't check with our in-house weatherman, and I have no idea what the weather's going to be like, and therefore, I don't know that it's going to be cloudy all day, and I don't take vitamin D, and that's totally fine, because I do still spend some amount of time outside every single day, intentionally, very much on purpose, and if I do that, then the next day I will take vitamin D, because I don't like to take vitamin D at night, because it's kind of like a dose of sunshine, and I would prefer not to have my circadian rhythm recognize that I'm taking a dose of sunshine right before bed. So that is what I have to say about that. I do like the liquid vitamin D, because if it's been like a couple of weeks ago when it was super cloudy and rainy for like days, then I would take more vitamin D. I typically take 2 to 3 drops. If I'm not going to have sun for a day or two, then I'll take 2 to 3 drops, but I can take less or I can take more. When I've had lab results and they revealed that I had a lot of vitamin D or I had a little vitamin D, then I acted accordingly. But on a general basis, I'll take 2 to 3 drops. 1 drop is 1,000 IUs of vitamin D in this. And that's pretty standard if you're taking liquid vitamin D. Most vitamin D is D3 and K2. That's what I would recommend that you look for. Well Labs is great. You don't have to have a practitioner in order to be able to get those quality supplements when you're shopping with Well Labs. If you use Triangle Chiro at checkout, then you will get a discount and I will get credit, so that's fun. But if you want to take vitamin D, then I like the liquid form. There is a micro tab from Anabolic Labs that's 5,000 IUs if you need more. Don't mind the children. And that one is effective. When I took that one for a long period of time, I had lab work done and my vitamin D levels were skyrocketed. So that's the extent of the vitamin D conversation, and I've got my eye masks on, so happy last day of 2020. We're doing it.